Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to unpack complex topics and pull out those key insights you need. Today, we're diving into something I think is really fascinating. The connection between solo travel and learning a language. Specifically, how visiting a new city on your own can actually become this amazing, immersive way to learn English.
Yeah, it's a great topic. And we're grounding this discussion in a really interesting first-person account. It's titled Solo Travel, English Learning Adventure in a New City.
Okay.
And it basically follows someone's first solo trip where the explicit goal was practicing English. So it gives us a real window into how that works in the real world,
Intentionally.
Right? Not just accidentally picking things up, but really setting out to learn. So our mission here is to kind of pull out the practical strategies, maybe those surprising moments that turned everyday travel stuff into real chances for language learning. And importantly, building confidence too.
We'll look at how this traveler, who admitted feeling both nervous and excited, managed a new place while actively, looking for chances to speak and listen and really learn English.
And what's really interesting is how quickly the learning starts. It's almost immediate, right from arriving at the train station.
Yeah.
You can almost feel that mix, can't you? The buzz of excitement, but also those nerves kicking in, a solo adventure.
Totally. And what's the first hurdle, the first win? It seems really small on the surface. They just ask a staff member politely, "Excuse me, can you tell me where platform 3 is?"
Just that, a simple question.
But the account says that one interaction, that small success, gave them an immediate confidence boost. It really set the stage for the whole trip. What's going on there linguistically? Is it just feeling good?
Well, yes, but it's more than that. That small win, as you call it, it has a big impact on something we call the affective filter.
Okay, the affective filter.
Yeah, basically when you have an early success, even a tiny one like finding the right platform,
Yeah.
it lowers your anxiety. It makes you more receptive, less defensive, Your brain sort of gets the message, okay, I can do this. It reduces that emotional wall we sometimes put up when trying to speak a new language.
So it kind of greases the wheels for more communication later on,
Yeah.
lowers the stress.
Exactly. Reducing that stress is key for learning, especially language learning.
Huh.
It's a fantastic example, really.
Like a little linguistic warm-up that builds self-belief right from the start. And this proactive approach, it seems like it started even before they got to the city itself. The source mentions listening to English podcasts on the train.
Right, which is very smart. Even just listening, that passive exposure is valuable, especially if it's what we call comprehensible input language that's maybe slightly challenging, but you can still mostly understand it. Listening on the train is a great way to sort of tune your ear to the sounds and rhythms of the language you're about to be immersed in. Prepares you.
Okay, so they arrive. The station is huge, full of different languages. It sounds quite overwhelming.
Definitely.
And then it's straight into a taxi to the Grand City Hotel. No gentle start, just bam, full immersion. How does that kind of immediate pressure play into learning? Is it good, bad?
It can be incredibly effective, actually. This immediate immersion forces you into what you might call necessity-driven learning.
Yeah.
You don't have a choice, really. You need to find the words, figure out how to ask for the hotel, understand the driver.
Right, no textbook exercises here.
No, you have to retrieve vocabulary, form sentences, understand replies, all under real-time pressure. It's a powerful driver for fluency because it forces that quick thinking. Very different from a classroom where you might have time to ponder the perfect grammar. This on-the-spot stuff builds those quick retrieval pathways in the brain.
And that pressure, that necessity, continues right into the hotel check-in, doesn't it? The traveler confirms their reservation 3 nights using the name Sarah gets a city map. These are practical, necessary interactions.
That's exactly right. And each one, from asking for the platform to the taxi to checking in, acts like a sort of micro-challenge.
Micro-challenge, I like that.
It might seem simple, mundane even, but each one requires active recall. You have to use the language, not just understand it passively. It's about deploying the words you know in a real situation, getting something done.
Okay, so let's broaden out. What does this story tell us overall about learning English, or any language, through travel? The traveler concludes that traveling is one of the best ways to improve language skills because you're just constantly surrounded by opportunities.
You are. But it's not just about being there, is it? The account highlights the importance of being intentional.
Ah, right. You have to actively engage with those opportunities.
Precisely. Fluency seems to grow from the sum of all these small interactions, not necessarily from big formal lessons like the source mentions chatting with a snack vendor.
Asking, is this spicy?
Yeah, or joining a museum tour in English where the guide spoke clearly, used simpler words. These moments become real, memorable lessons.
I guess asking, is this spicy, might feel a bit daunting at first, but it's so practical. And the source really emphasizes this. Every conversation is a step toward fluency. And crucially, don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Absolutely crucial. That fear of making mistakes holds so many learners back. But these everyday things, ordering food, maybe asking about ingredients, even trying to bargain at a market, can you give me a better price? They force you to produce language.
And that production is key.
Yes, it links to something called the output hypothesis. Basically, by trying to speak or write, even if it's imperfect, you're testing your own understanding of how the language works. You get feedback, maybe just from whether you're understood or not, and that helps solidify the learning. You're actively constructing meaning.
It makes sense. It feels like this trip became about much more than just language, though. The source talks about connecting with people, understanding the culture, building confidence in a broader sense.
That's often the deeper reward, isn't it? It's not just transactional language.
Yeah.
The traveler mentions making friends on a city tour, actually speaking English to share stories, and having this aha moment, realizing that English connects people from all over the world. Suddenly, the language isn't just this thing you study, it's a tool, a bridge between people. That's incredibly motivating.
That really reframes the whole experience, doesn't it? From just sightseeing to, well, a learning journey. The traveler literally ends up with a notebook full of new English words, phrases, and memories,
Yeah.
and returns home with stories to tell, lessons to remember, and importantly, the motivation to keep learning English. It's a transformation.
It really is. It shows how having that conscious intention to learn, combined with the real need to communicate during travel, plus the unexpected things that happen, it turns simple interactions into genuine breakthroughs, both for language skill and just personal growth.
It really drives home that fluency doesn't always start in the classroom. Sometimes it starts right there on the busy streets of a city you've never been to before.
Couldn't agree more. The real world is often the best classroom.
So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. If you take a trip, what if you consciously decided to treat every interaction, every question asked or answered as a chance to learn, to connect, maybe to push yourself just a little bit? How could that shift your whole experience from just seeing sights to something more profound?
It's a powerful thought, turning travel into an adventure not just for the eyes, but for the mind and your communication skills too.
Definitely something to think about.